Imagine being trapped in the icy wilderness of Russia, surrounded by nothing but darkness and silence. And then, something happens that defies all logic. This is the story of 9 hikers who ventured into the Ural Mountains in 1959 and never returned home in the way you'd expect. In early 1959, a group of 9 experienced hikers set out on what they thought would be a challenging yet unforgettable adventure. Led by Igor Dyatlov, a seasoned mountaineer, the group ventured into the unforgiving terrain of the Ural Mountains, specifically a remote area now known as the Dyatlov Pass. What was supposed to be a journey of thrill and accomplishment quickly turned into a terrifying mystery that remains unsolved to this day. As they trekked deeper into the snow-covered landscape, the cold biting into their skin, the hikers knew they were pushing their limits. But this was what they had prepared for. They documented each step, capturing moments of camaraderie and excitement. However, little did they know that these photographs would be the last evidence of their presence, and that their final steps would leave an eerie mark on history. On February 1st, they set up camp on the slopes of Kholat-Syakhl, a name that locals called the Mountain of the Dead. The night was harsh, with temperatures dropping to -30 degrees Celsius. They huddled together in their tent, seeking warmth. But something, or someone, disturbed them that night. Days turned to weeks, and when the hikers failed to report back on schedule, a rescue mission was launched. What the searchers found shocked them to the core. The tent was discovered torn open from the inside, as if the group had scrambled to escape in a frantic rush. Scattered belongings lay around, untouched. Footprints led away from the campsite, but the hikers hadn't even taken the time to put on their shoes or full winter gear, as if they had fled in panic. But from what? The rescuers followed the tracks and discovered the bodies of 2 hikers at the edge of the forest, barefoot and dressed only in their undergarments, their skin pale against the snow. It was as if they had tried to make a fire, but succumbed to the cold before they could succeed. But this was only the beginning of the mystery. As the search continued, more bodies were found in a line, as if they had tried to return to the tent. But their injuries defied explanation. 2 of them had fractured skulls. Another had chest injuries that could only be compared to a high-speed car crash. But there were no external wounds. One of the women had her eye and her tongue mysteriously missing. And to make it even stranger, traces of radiation were found on their clothing. What had happened to these hikers? Some suggested a natural disaster, but how would that explain the missing eyes and tongue? Others speculated an avalanche, but the evidence didn't add up. The bodies weren't buried under snow, and the tent, torn from within, didn't show signs of a heavy snowfall. As if this wasn't strange enough, locals claimed that strange orange spheres had been seen in the sky on the same night. Could this have been some sort of military experiment gone wrong? The Soviet government closed the case, simply stating that the cause of death was a compelling natural force. No further explanation was given, and the case files were marked as classified. Over the years, the Dyatlov Pass incident has sparked countless theories. Was it a Yeti that frightened the group? The Mansi tribe, native to the area, swore they had no involvement. And what about the KGB? Some believe the group witnessed something they weren't meant to see, an experimental weapon perhaps, or a secret military test that went horribly wrong. Others have speculated that it was a rare weather phenomenon called infrasound, a low-frequency sound that can induce panic, even hallucinations. Did this sound drive them to rip open their tent and flee in the darkness? But no matter how much experts try to rationalize, the questions remain. If it was truly a natural event, why did the injuries seem so targeted? What could explain the radiation found on their clothes? And why? Why did the government so quickly bury the case? Today, the Dyatlov Pass is a place of eerie remembrance, a haunting reminder of how fragile we are in the face of nature, or perhaps something beyond it. The Dyatlov Pass incident stands as one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of the 20th century. Maybe we'll never know what really happened on that cold, silent night in 1959. But as we ponder the unknown, one question remains. How much do we truly understand about the forces that surround us? Let me know in the comments what you think happened. Could this mystery be one of government secrets, a freak accident, or something otherworldly? Stay tuned to Mystery Uncovered as we continue to explore the unknown and uncover the stories that defy logic, reason, and sometimes even reality itself.